Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on the Space Catch today we're going to be having a look at this Star Wars Obi-Wan and Anakin. This was also a one-shot, so there's the back cover. So let's get into it. I would just say this and the Leia were the last two that I picked up because they're the ones I thought I was the least fussed about. Obviously I was completely wrong, and it's a great adventure. So here we go. It's a time of peace in the galaxy. For 1,000 years the Jedi Order has maintained peace in the service of the Senate. Obi-Wan's now a Jedi Knight, and he's training Anakin to honour Qui-Gon's dying wish. Now, several years after Anakin has begun his studies, he's proved to be stronger than any child trained in the Force for generations. But both Obi-Wan and Anakin have started to question their roles in the destiny of the Force. Now, they've been summoned, or received a message from some planet on the other side of the galaxy, a distress call. That mission could change everything for them. So this is the world of Carnelian 4. They come out of hyperspace into a giant debris field around the planet. They hit something and they're going down to crash. There we go. There's more. I do love the colouring palette in this. It has a green tinge to it. So little shout out here. And it says, I don't think even Plo Koon could have got us through that debris field. Yeah, that must be one of the two reasons no one ever comes to this world. What's the other one? That's the other one. Under the Celadon Sea. The world that was. That destroyed each other a long time ago, as he's saying here. Many, many generations ago. The Senate did nothing to stop it because there was nothing the Senate wanted from their planet, and they weren't a member of the Republic. So they were just allowed to just blast themselves to pieces and fall into chaos. Let's see. The Jedi can teach, we can guide, we can help people to help themselves, but we're not an army. If people are truly determined to write themselves out of existence, there's little we can do. So, because they've crashed, and I can say, how do we call for help? They're not going to know where we are, the Republicans. Why do we need help? We're here to provide aid, not to request it. The distress signal we picked up specifically requested Jedi intercession. However, I don't think that's the biggest question, Master. Isn't this world supposed to be dead? Look at that. Isn't that just wonderful? Like a futuristic steampunk airship. It's just marvellous. Yeah, again, that whole green tint to the palette is wondering. That has crashed, so they're going to see if they can find any survivors. Now, Anakin said, well, remember what I was talking about? He said, what about leaving the Jedi Order? Because that's what he's been thinking about, is leaving the Jedi Order. Take your lightsaber, Padawan. Now, back to Coruscant before. He's undergoing his training. There is Mace Windu, there is Obi-Wan Kenobi, there is Chancellor Palpatine. Watching Anakin train when he changes the routine, and look who he's now fighting as a hologram. It's Darth Maul, because obviously he asked Obi-Wan Kenobi all about it, the fight that he had. So yes, there they are, just fighting. You can see Palpatine there. I would call it impressive. Yes. So some of the other guys, the other Padawan was saying, he might be good with a lightsaber, but that doesn't mean he'll be a good Jedi. He's just a slave to his emotions. He doesn't like that at all. And so he uses the Force, yanks the lightsabers. I said, tell me, what emotion are you feeling now? Very much a foreshadowing of Darth Vader. Then obviously Obi-Wan's not happy, says enough. Anakin says, I'm sorry. It seems young Skywalker's training is far from complete, says Palpatine. His education is complicated. He came to us later, you know. Obi-Wan took on an extremely difficult task. Send him to me. I may be able to help. I was once his age after all. And says, surely this is more an internal Jedi affairs. Well, the Jedi are under the jurisdiction of the Senate, and I am the Chancellor of the Senate. Very well, Chancellor. So, back to the planet, he gives him back his lightsaber. This is just wonderful. Two of the is that one or two of them? Yeah, the two airships of the survivors of the war fighting each other. Why are they fighting? Anakin asks. I don't know. What are we supposed to do? Whatever we can. So one of the airships is crashing, and here you see that they're using the Force just to slightly mitigate the impact so someone can escape from it. And there you see it exploding there. And there we go. Are you open or closed? Answer or die. Which is a nice thing for people you've just rescued from death to say. So, open or closed? What are you talking about? We're Jedi. So, what's a Jedi? We came here because this planet was requesting aid. So, more of that. And then here's another one coming along to attack them, which is really good. Yes. So, more of the action. I love the colour template they use for this. I mean, it mostly has the green tinge, but not all of it. This is more like an ice blue of that devastated world. Yes. So Obi-Wan is taking out the other airship, and it crashes. And he saves the guy who was on there. And Anakin, because they're surrounded all of a sudden, Anakin said, Padawan, and he slices off the blasters with his lightsaber, and they will go like, what? Yes, and as Obi-Wan says, that's enough. Yes. Why are you so focused on murdering each other? Going back generations, each side blames the other for the start of the war. Who knows now what actually happened? Yes. Let's see. You can either freeze on the mountaintop or try to cross the Celadon Sea without safety weapons. We're dead either way. Suspiciously, some open and close are starting to agree with each other. You know, so why are they suddenly now working together once they found out the Jedi were trying to locate a signal? Right. So, more of the devastation of the world, the crashed airship. However, there are other things alive on there. Now, what are they called? The corpse leechers. Now, with a name like that, they're not going to be very friendly. These beasts are nearly mindless, Anakin. I can feel it. They're merely following their nature. They should not die simply because they crossed our path. Use the Force to send them on their way. I'll try, Master. And he does try, and he fails. Because here we see back on Coruscant, he's trying to learn mind control, you know, calming the animals down, which we saw him do in Geonosis, of course, but this is before that, and he's having a real struggle with it. And anyway, Obi-Wan says, we'll continue this on another day. Right now you have an appointment. I think it would be inadvisable for you to be late. An appointment? Who wants to see me? Ah, young Skywalker, a pleasure indeed. The Chancellor in his office on Coruscant. Yes. I have an errand to run of sorts, and I thought Anakin might accompany me. Yes. Yes. He still has much to learn. Yes, indeed. So, Coruscant subsurface level 2685. Chancellor and Anakin in disguise in the Undercity. And look, there is a Gungan, and there's an Aqualish. Yes. So let's see. Palpatine visits the lower levels all the time. He feels like his duty. Do you know the rarest resource on Coruscant, boy? Sky. Down here, sky is a myth. My predecessor, Valorum, tried to pretend these depths did not exist. There they are, wandering through. I disguised myself just as we've done today, and then, anonymously, I tried to do some good. So here's Club Cascar. There is a female hot wearing makeup and a brassiere, just in case you ever wondered what that would look like. I do love the purple shading of this palette. So, back to Carnelian, travelling across. This is just wonderful images. I just think colours just gorgeous. So here they are, as I say, travelling. And Anakin's saying, you know, the open and the closed, they're like us. So what do you mean us? You and me? So no, I mean Jedi and Sith. Yes. We will remain watchful and trust in the Force. But for the first time since arriving on this planet, Anakin, I believe we are safe. Really? With things like that beneath you? I don't think so. Now, Nice view of one of the ruined cities there. Clearly with some sort of like galactic level culture. Giant statues, giant, because that must be 100 stories high. Skyscrapers, and they're just going through the wreckage, of course. So, talking about the distress signal they found, which the other two sides are a bit too keen on locating. Yes. Now, sky gift that someone has sent. Little pieces of the world before that someone sends to remind things can be better. But the people who receive it, they're not allowed by their leaders to keep it because they don't want reminding that things could be better. Now, back to Club Kassakar on Coruscant previously. Again, wonderful colour shift here, all the purples. So, basically, Palpatine, thanks for coming, blah, blah, blah. It must be wonderful learning to be a Jedi, you know. So, yes, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Absolutely, look at this place, Palpatine says to the club. Absolutely anything can be procured here. Lives are bought and sold on a daily basis here. Oh, I am sorry, I didn't think. It's fine, Chancellor. I don't even think about it that much anymore. Now, you and I both know that isn't true. If this place is so awful, why doesn't the Senate do something about it? Bureaucrats, this place is full of senators. Just very quickly, this guy, I think he's a Duros, I'm not sure, same species as the one who flew with Poe Dameron's mother and then later with Poe Dameron. This one here, I believe, is the same race as the Chancellor in The Force Awakens, who gets killed on the balcony of the building on Hosnian Prime. That gets destroyed. So I did like all those little touches. So, Calandrus, Senator of the Suntilla system, powerful, reprehensible. And basically, bribes, corruption, all that sort of thing, trades influence for power, and he likes to gamble. If he was ever to start lose gambling, he would gamble more and more and more, you know? And then the bribes would be taken would be much bigger, and his agents would be able to track them down, and they could bring justice to the Senate. Yes. If only the chance cubes would go in a different direction. And they do. Then a big laugh, ha 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 ha. Be some mad cackle, I guess. What exactly do you think is so funny? Nothing. My son and I were merely sharing a joke. In fact, we are done here and we were just leaving. Make sure that you do. May I ask you a question, Anakin? Of course, Chancellor. Your Jedi abilities use you to move objects through the Force, don't they? Yes, they do. I'm very good at it. Did you happen to move the chance cubes at all? Says nothing. Look at his face. He's already started corrupting Anakin Skywalker at that early age. Fantastic stuff. Now, back to present day. He's saying, is that your son? Said, no, he's my apprentice, he's my Padawan, and all that sort of thing. Yes. He has extraordinary potential, you know, but things not going as planned. You don't sound too happy about it. And he said, well, you know, it's difficult. So Anakin is able to fix the broken machinery on that planet. The girl shows Mother Pran what it is. Again, more wonderful female characters in this. It said he can fix things from the old time. Oh, that's wonderful. Yes. Anyway, Obi-Wan's saying to the guy, if I fail Anakin, things will become complicated. There, and there he is fixing it. It's like the memory core of a droid. Yeah. Kalara, you're brilliant. He's the key to everything. I knew it as soon as I recognised it. So they're planning on betrayal, of course. Now, the fishers are now attacking the gondola. That's these creatures here. This whole world is just like a nightmare of death. It really is. So, they're under attack when all of a sudden Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber is gone and he's essentially been betrayed and knocked out and kidnapped. Kenobi not happy about that, of course. He sees them taking Anakin. And they eject and blow up the airship. You'd think they didn't have many airships that could keep blowing them up. Now, there's a wonderful cover shot there. Obi-Wan, Anakin, Palpatine and Vader over the whole thing. So, here we are, back on here, the crash. Yes. On the ground, fighting. So, you know, you keep saying this world is dead, but, I mean, it isn't, is it? There's creatures living everywhere. So, the other side claimed you started the war, did they? No, we didn't. And anyway, Kenobi says, well, to be honest, does it matter? You look at the devastation of the cities in that world. So, the fortress home of the Open, built into the mountainside where Anakin's been taken. You see all of their other airships there and the cities in the background because they can't live lower down because of all those poisonous mists, which is what wrecked the planet. So they want Anakin to fix these battle droids so they can finally win the war and kill all of the closed. He saved us all. Now, back to Coruscant Supreme Chancellor's office. That was amazing. I should never have involved you, Anakin. It's a Senate matter, entirely inappropriate. But you have the Jedi, you can order them to do it for you. Anakin, the Jedi are not mine. They are under senatorial authority. Although, he used that senatorial authority that they have over the Jedi and his authority over the Senate as Chancellor, so I don't know. If they were required to obey my commands in such a way, it would make me no more than a dictator. That is not my wish. Can I ask if you're happy in the temple, Anakin? Of course, training to become a Jedi is all I have ever wanted. Well, should it not work out, you'll always have a place by my side. I could always find a use for a remarkable young man like yourself. Indeed. So, later at the Jedi Temple, he's suggesting he might want to step away from his training for a while. Not permanently, you know, but he's unsure about everything. Obviously, he came to the temple later than others. And so, there he is. This is something that Jedi do. If they're going off, they'll hand over their lightsaber to their mentor for safekeeping. Yes, it doesn't have to be forever. I can always come back. And he's saying, very well. So this is where the distress signal came. Some ruined building here. More attacking going on. By the stars, Jedi. So they found the person who was sending. And here's some more fighting. The guy who escaped with Kenobi in the gondola, he was closed, was only following so he could kill this person. She knows that, so she kills him first. Come along, Jedi, I've been waiting for you. What is all of this? Hope. She has collected fragments of the civilization from before, which you can see technology, statues, and other sorts of knowledge, I expect. And she's trying to keep the remains of the world going. But she needs, the reason she sent the signals, because she's dying, she needs someone to continue the work. She used to find records of people, and is that Darth? I don't know if that's Darth Revan, it's probably it. Records of people with swords of light and how they brought justice to the galaxy. Yes. The open and the closed, they wish to forget the old time and erase it. They've been looking for me ever since they became aware of my existence to destroy me. Now, here's Anakin. Yes, indeed, he's not going to like that, you know. Because he's left behind while the others go to war. And there they are, going to war. Battle droids, gondolas and all that. And there is the Kenner cover with Anakin as an action figure. There's one for Afra in one of the Vader volumes. So, younger kids at the fortress worried. Shouldn't we be doing something? Because they're not fully caught up with all of the hatred, as it were, you know. Their minds not fully formed. They're going to kill him, the scavenger. We don't know the scavenger's a man. So what we're supposed to do? Walk under the Celadon Sea. Anakin says, hey, I've got a suggestion for you. Who is the scavenger? So he talks to him and says, look, I can fix anything. Let's go there and stop them both sides. Because the kids have received sky gifts as well, which were all very beautiful. So, shrine to the world that was. There's a ship there and everything. Yes, here you are. The record of the warriors with swords of light. The whole image used to move and it was in colour, but now it's just a single black and white frozen frame. And now they're under attack, of course. Let us in, scavenger, and I swear we'll save your life. You know that's not going to happen. Open and closed. No, 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 no. Kill him and burn this place to the ground. They spare no one. Here is just more fighting. They're wondering, the clothes are wondering, where do the Open get those machines? They haven't worked in centuries. She's saying goodbye. More fighting on the Citadel complex there. Fall back. So, here's Obi-Wan saying, where's my Padawan? And there he is. He built a flying machine out of the wreckage and he's rescued his master. And there's Kalara meeting the scavenger, and I assume she's essentially going to become her apprentice. Perhaps they'll all kill each other. So basically, they've sent a signal off planet while the others are just fighting themselves. Again, the use of the green is just wonderful throughout this volume. And it's all going on when all of a sudden everybody looks at the sky and says, what? No, it's impossible. It can't be. The sky! Cease all hostilities. Repeat, cease all hostilities. The Old Republic has turned up. And the reason it's turned up is because Kenobi is sent in his message that the atmosphere has large concentrations of tabana gas, which obviously is a very useful mineral, gas rather. So, look, there's, I can't remember his name, him, and there's a nice droid there. Yes. I'm stronger as part of the Jedi Order than I could ever be alone. And he says to Anakin. Yes. So, the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, previously. He's talking to Yoda about Anakin's feelings. A child, Anakin remains. His path before coming to us, difficult. His questions, natural. Anyway, Yoda's saying, we've received a call for Jedi aid. Go sort it out. We'll deal with this on your return. Yes. Understand, do you, Anakin's departure, the consequences? Yes, Master Yoda. If Anakin leaves the Order, then I will leave with it. But they're reconciled, and he hands over his lightsaber back to him at the end of that mission. The road lies before you, Anakin Skywalker. Will you walk it alone? No, Master, as a Jedi. If you show me the way. Marvellous volume, of course. Absolutely loved it. I thought that the B storyline, as it were, back on Coruscant, that was maybe a bit more interesting than the current one, where they're trekking across the surface, but absolutely brilliant. Really interesting seeing Palpatine's influence on Anakin from such an early age, you know, always working away at him, he was trying to corrupt him, and obviously he succeeded in doing that. That is the last of the overviews for now. We are all caught up. There are others coming out. There's the 3PO one-shot will be out at some point. Star Wars 4, Darth Vader 4, Poe Dameron 1, Kanan Jarrus 3 at some point. But I just wanted to give a shout out to two of my viewers and subscribers, Extreme Ewok and Nick's Toy Barn. Thank you very much for all of your likes and comments and support generally. Your channels are very much worth watching, and I suggest to everyone that they check you guys out. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment suggestion for a upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.